Hello and welcome back to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be playing some more This Is the Police. I think generally pretty happy with this. I don't know about the cops. I've decided not to hire any more rats. They just get murdered. I feel a bit sad when Hulk Hogan got murdered. Shevchenko, you're so lazy. Wolf. Heartburn, yeah, but come tomorrow. Help out? No, you can't have the day off. I don't trust you, Roy. I think you've slacked off every single day. Oh, I said yes by accident. My house burned down. My father was inside. Oh, God, yeah, but come tomorrow. Oh, my God. No, come in. All right. Hopefully we got enough people. Okay, start the day, I guess. So we want to go and, we got that murdered. Have we got that murder to go and arrest? I can't remember where I left it off last time. Ah, okay. Fraser Rory turned out to be a member of the gang known as the Pagangsters. He could help you take down the gang if you make him an informant. Okay. Let's have a look. How do I do that? Oh, maybe he already is. Alright, so we'll start to investigate Kester Athol, I suppose. Okay, I don't have any detectives I can send out to do that. Hang on, what's this? From Ron Atticus. Jack, one of my partners, with whom I have several very large contracts, at the request of his wife, wishes to open a confectionery factory in Freeburg. The problem is that the local stores stock products from Clementine Burroughs' factory, and there's no room for competition in the market. Not that I care about selling candy, but I must demonstrate that I'm a reliable business ally. Today, a couple of my best men will burn this Clementine factory to the ground, and nobody's going to get in their way, right? Yeah, okay, fine. City Hall. Oh, I can hire another officer. Nice. Okay, let's have a quick look at my shifts. I mean, they're currently even. Which doesn't sound right. I thought I had uneven shifts. Oh, I've got 24. Oh, oh, because one died. I can have one to each shift. Okay. Well, this shift could probably do with another experienced person, so that's shift A. We won't see them until tomorrow. We'll take Joshua Smith for shift B as well. Okay. Ooh. Ooh, we got some money. Dig it. I'm up to 400k now, which is kind of nice. Hang on, I need to sort out these detectives. So, okay, they're all off. I'd like... Yeah. So I'm going to take them all off today. Because I don't want to leave one person investigating this. I guess this is going to be like that shift's investigation. And then these guys can do this one. Double homicide. Okay, David Douglas, former director of the Scottish Theatre, escaped from the Diamond Dog prison with the aid of an accomplice. Fellow gang member Kester Atoll, who killed 2 prison guards during the escape. Right, what we got here? A massacre. An armed assailant entered the Jesus Got You Covered insurance offices and opened fire on everyone inside. One of the secretaries grabbed a phone, hid in a closet, and dialed the police. According to her, the man has often come to the office to argue with his agent about his payments, but now it seems he's finally lost his mind. Okay, well that is serious, so... Bill from the top, and the SWAT. Kabolda, I don't remember hiring you. File finally comes in for work, and this is the call he's got to go and do. Okay. Right, okay, just 2 officers, that's fine. Child molestation. Photo studio employee Clark Mitchell called the police about a customer who seems to be involved in child molestation. The man brought in some photos for development, all normal stuff, family photos from holidays, but at the end of the reel, the studio found a photo of a naked elderly man next to a girl no older than 13. Yeah, okay, we'll check that out. Go on then. I think that might be a false alarm. I guess we'll see. Let's have a look. Okay, so we started this up. That's fine. A massacre. Okay. It's all sorted. Oh, wait, you have to wait for those to get back. Hopefully they do. The suspect is at the photo studio, standing with his back to the door. He's telling the employee to hurry. Arrest the man. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was not good. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Hang on, hang on. Oh, just in time. Erin Fredette is so terrified that she just made a suicide case. Her face was painted so badly it just brought tears to my eyes, seeing the poor girl, her whole being aching, stuck in one spot. And oh, that's a mime! I bet you it's the first time she's seen a professional mime. Okay, what we got here? Attempted carjacking. Stepping out for a smoke break, a convenience store owner saw a hooded figure around the corner ducking into a car. At first, the store owner didn't think anything of it, but then the car alarm went off. Well, it's probably nothing, but we'll send a car. Oh. Mr. Boyd, I cannot tell you how my dear factory is to me. It took me decades to realise my late husband's dream, to fill the city with candy, which any poor man can afford. But I'm sure you don't have time for this. I hear you're a businessman, so I come to you with a business proposal. Save my factory and you'll take a share in our daily profits. Nah, I'm kind of in with the Atticus guy. What's this one? A respectable woman let out a squeaky scream, then a roar. Right in front of her, a crazy guy in acid-washed pants sat down to eat pieces of his own shit while he gave the terrified woman a silly smile. It's just so disgusting, my god, right in front of so many people and the children. The woman couldn't calm down. Okay, that does sound pretty gross. Send these guys.
311A in progress.
The gravedigger at a funeral struck the grieving father with a shovel. He imagined that the man was giving him a nasty look. Fight broke out. Okay, so Flores, Vela, Chavez.
113A.
Yep, that was something. I feel bad about that, but like, I don't know. This guy's off. This guy's got my 200k secret bank account, so. The man had recently returned from a trip to Japan and he was just enjoying some of the extravagant sweets he'd brought back. What? Okay.
410B in progress. 311A.
Fight. It's okay. Right. Homicide. Okay, that's quite a big one. It's got a bit of time to go, so let's wait for people to get back. In the meantime, that's not the one I want. I wanted the Atticus core. I'm going to put another 100k in here. I'll pause while I'm doing that. Okay, there we go. Right, we're going to wait for some guys to get back. Yeah, we can get everyone back, so let's see. What we got?
311B in progress.
There's something else as well. What's that second one? Massive fight with the SWAT and the... Okay. I'll send the SWAT to the massive fight. What have we got here? Emilio Montes Medrano, chief suspect in the murder of his wife and her parents, was released on bail and was discussing his defence with his lawyers, preparing for the upcoming hearing. The meeting quickly descended into controversy, and they'd been shouting at each other for a long time. Then suddenly Mr. Medrano ran out of the conference room, only to return a few minutes later with a gun. He shot one of the lawyers in the head, and the others started cowering on the ground. The secretary called the police and heard 3 more shots while she was... Okay, so it's pretty serious. Okay, too. We're going to send my 2 best officers... Okay, hopefully that's alright. A group of visiting fans were singing an offensive song called Freiburg, Capital of Crap, throwing corn cobs on the field. The local fans weren't about to put up with that and a fight is broken out. Okay. Everyone go. I'm just thinking this is one shooter, whereas that's, you know, a massive field of people brawling. Could be a mistake. I guess we will see. Emilio Montes Medrano is standing in the conference hall, armed with a gun, his back to the door. He's pushed 2 men into a corner and he's holding them at gunpoint. 2 others on the floor. One isn't moving and the second is groaning and holding his stomach. Taser. Always taser. Good. That was the one I was worried about, maybe people getting hurt. So that's pretty good. I don't have it. You've got to sort it. Yeah, they do. Okay, that's cool.
410C in progress.
Okay, we should have people back for that. There we go. A group of 10 students went into the woods to camp for the night. They set up tents, made a fire, drank some alcohol, and sang some songs. Around midnight, they were suddenly attacked by a large man with a bag on his head wielding a hatchet. One girl managed to reach the road where she flagged down a passing car and called the police. Okay, it's probably a prank, but, like, it might just be the game having a bit of fun. Send them as well. Some more frames for that. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's send all the best officers I can. I thought maybe it was just like, you know, one of their friends jumping out in a disguise if they were telling like horror stories, and it turned out to be a prank. But it seems like that wasn't the case. Got 8 officers there now, so hopefully they can sort it.
410C complete.
Yeah. Okay. Was a weirdo. Too bad. Okay, didn't lose anyone. That's always a bonus. Papworth's still on ice. Well, we got some people coming in on shift tomorrow, so I think that'll be okay. Let's just end it. Study finds stray dogs more dangerous than sharks. I don't think we failed any calls. I think we kind of handled everything that came in, so that's not too bad. Sevchenko again. Oh, he's pissing me off. Right. Okay, well, we've got lots of officers on this shift anyway, because it's got people who didn't come in the day before, so that's good. Small business protest. Last year, we actively fought against unregistered business activities and grey companies who shamelessly use loopholes in the law. We tightened some rules, making it more difficult for fraudsters to rent business premises and import goods into the city. Of course, they immediately became outraged and threatened to form a protest under the windows of City Hall. We must teach these parasites to respect the law. Permission for the use of force is granted if required. Alright, well, we'll take a look at that. Dan Charleston. Oh yeah, we lost 5 people, didn't we? Oh no, how many did we lose? We lost 3. Okay. Mafia share. I'm going to share it with the staff. I was going to take that one. Alright. Here we go. Around 80 entrepreneurs and representatives of small businesses have surrounded City Hall shouting, "Rogers is a business killer." You have to send... Okay, you have to send 4 and a SWAT wagon. SWAT and paddy wagon. Okay, so I'll send my bottom 4. There we go. Martin Stett. Jack, the mayor is acting illegally in the interests of his friends from the major corporations, which are literally destroying our community's small businesses. Many of his initiatives are contrary to federal law, and if the police end up using force, then you're the one that takes the rap. You better cover your ass in case things get ugly. Right. No, it's okay. We'll take it on the chin, whatever happens.
311A in progress.
A fight at the high school. The school principal called in to report an altercation which occurred in the school cafeteria. "Hey, you fat cow, where's your udder?" yelled Miguel Marquinos to Emma Hadzich as she passed by his table with a lunch tray. Emma blushed and then lashed out at the offender. The teachers don't want to intervene. Miguel had it coming. Sounds like he did. Trevor, hater, nevertheless, you go check it out. Now I want to sort out the detectives on these cases. So there's some on each shift. Wolf is generally A shift, so I'll leave him on here, but I'll need to add another A shifter to this. I'm going to take Armstrong and Bowling. So there'll be 3 from that shift on there. I'm going to take off Soap, but we'll add in Bowling and Armstrong, so that they've got... There's always at least 2 officers from each... detectives from each shift. And then we'll add Soap back in, so that they'll be... Yeah. Okay.
12 in progress.
Jezebel Escalante was walking in the park earlier and saw a strange man dressed in a police uniform. He was going around yelling at people, showing them his gun and threatening everyone. Then he ran over to the dogs and rolled around in the grass. He's clearly not in his right mind and he was scaring everyone. Frankly, I don't even think he's a real cop. Yeah, okay. I mean, it could be someone having a mental health crisis, so let's check that out.
Looks like we have a situation.
Seeing the police, the man
here.
walks up close and salutes. The outfit is obviously from a costume shop, but the gun looks real enough. Officer, you're urgently needed at the police station. I'm afraid it can't wait.
12.
Suppress the protest by force. No. Mayor's going to be pissed at me, but... Mr. Boyd, I have long turned a blind eye to the activities of the Women's Clinic, which in essence is an abortion clinic for sluts. After the management humbly recognised their sin and delivered to our church plenty of the nutrients necessary for preparation of our divine powder. Recently, the hospital replaced its chief doctor and he refuses to continue honouring the arrangements established by his pious predecessors. Fortunately, I was able to quickly find an alternate supplier and our production was not affected. However, this upstart doctor needs to be taught a lesson. I'm sure you have people who know how to cut out a man's pride with a scalpel and hold... No! No!
311 complete.
That bishop is an absolute lunatic.
1010A in progress.
Hello, this is the police. There's a bomb at the elementary school. The person who called in the threat had a high, clear voice, but there's some interference in the background. Okay, this sounds like a hoax. Let's send 3. Today, Eddie's Burgers is holding the annual fry eating championship, so police presence is required. Song, Smith, got your name all over that one.
In progress.
Theft. A drug addict at the rehab centre stole an expensive respirator and locked himself in a closet. The nurse tried to reason with him, but he just hugged the apparatus and insisted it was his property. When the hospital employees tried to help him up, he grabbed a knife from his pocket and stabbed one of them in the shoulder. Okay, well, that is fairly serious. Alright, Kochi Numata, take hater.
1010A complete.
It was a false line. The police searched the school and no bomb was found. A schoolgirl by the name of Lily Austin had decided to disrupt school today in hopes of avoiding a test she hadn't studied for. Little rat bag.
In progress.
The guard at a large toy store detained a boy who he suspected for theft. I'm sure he stuffed something down his pants, but I couldn't find anything. The little thief won't stop crying. Come over quick. Okay, well, I think the guard might be a bit bonkers, but we probably need to sort that situation out. Okay. We've got some people just about to return, so we'll probably do it then. Let's have a look. We received an anonymous tip. Later this evening, a large shipment of heroin will arrive in the port. The cargo is well guarded, and according to the source, the drug runners won't be giving up without a fight. Okay, well, we're going to send our top guys with a swat on the paddy wagon. Boy didn't steal anything. The child's mother severely scolded the guard and took her frightened son back home. Yeah, I was pretty sure that's what that was. Yeah, Mayor's pissed at us for not beating up the small business owners.
412 in progress.
Have to wait a little bit for that.
1111.
Wow, they got it done. Good work. Bar's owner reports that his bartender was attacked by a patron. The bartender refused to serve a customer because he looked too young and wouldn't show his ID. So the guy got mad, jumped over the counter, smashed a bottle of whiskey, and now is threatening to stab the bartender. Well, we're going to run out of time, so I'm going to send Matza and Dixon. And by the time they're responding to that, we might have other people back if they need reinforcements. Doesn't look like we will, actually. Behind the bar is a young guy with a piece of glass in his hand. The frightened bartender is in tears. Hey, buddy, let's get out of here. We got a bottle of whiskey in the car. A crowd gathered in the shadow of the casino, chanting slogans recommending the prohibition of gambling in Freiburg. Gambling's a disease, or so they keep repeating. Meanwhile, the casino has hired an athletic group of young men to push back the unruly crowd. Alright, well. Send people again to deal with that. That's the paddy. Let's have a look at these. Now, how many frames am I looking for here? Only 4, and we got 6, so it might be worth having a quick look at this. David's escape from Diamond Dog's prison was over a year in the planning. The prison is an impregnable fortress. They concocted a devious plan and poisoned David's mother, who he despised. If that doesn't appear. She spent several months in the hospital dying from gastric bleeding, and David easily won the right to visit his mother. Then, after her death, he was allowed to visit the graveside visitation for a month. Okay. David displayed exemplary behaviour, and because these visits went so smoothly, the number of guards accompanying him was reduced from 8 to 2. An additional police presence was deemed unnecessary. It's exactly what they were waiting for. Okay. The cemetery where David's mother was buried is surrounded by 2 very high fences. The gravesite itself is physically impossible to approach by car, as the way through the graves is too narrow. Mrs. Douglas was buried a good 10-minute walk from the cemetery entrance, so David's escape was going to be risky. They decided Kester would enter the graveyard on a motorcycle, carrying a gun with a silencer. Get the job done quick. They hoped that the guards wouldn't have time to react and wouldn't notice the suspicious sound of the approaching motorcycle. Kester would rush them at full speed and shoot them before they had a chance to recover from the surprise. But as far as I know, he only managed to shoot one of them, so he had to improvise. But I don't know the details. Either way, he overwhelmed the guards and David got out of there safely. Alright, well, let's have a look. Oh, well, that's 2 guards, so this one's a red herring. I think this one's a red herring because it's a car. Quite sure what these are showing. But, well, that's obviously just maybe that. Switch those. That one could be a false, because he's still there at the gravesite. That's the thing. Like maybe I haven't got what we need. Shot one, ran over the other. So shot one, ran over the other one, then escaped. I think we're missing the last frame there. Then this one. We're looking for quite a few actually, so we're going to need at least one more anyway. So let's wait a bit longer on that one. No! Austin and Powers. No. Great. I hate the way that suddenly happens. You know, you send as many you send all your best guys, as many as you can, which is basically everyone. There was one police slot open on there, I think. And the support. And still 4 die. That pisses me off a bit. Oh well. Yeah, we need to replace them. So, some of my best guys there. God damn it. Okay. Oh, I'm annoyed. Right at the end of the day as well. And of course, Farl didn't come into work today because he never bloody does. Roy's always drunk. Come tomorrow. Okay. We're going to have to hire some more, obviously. Hooray! Thank you, Papworth. Okay, salary, we got... Yeah, let's just take it all. Let's, why can I only hire 3? I guess I've only got 3, and they're all rubbish, so that's... Great. Looks like they're 2 down. Yes, they've got 12 each, so each one can have another one. We'll take them for Shift B, and then we'll hire Shift A the next time. Something going down at 8:49 in the residential area.
1010A in progress.
Bomb threat. Some crazy man in a clown suit stopped a school bus. The driver pulled over and he threw a grenade inside. It didn't explode, but the children are too afraid to move. Yeah, that is pretty bad. And the swap.
311A in progress.
I'm gonna let that one go.
Looks like we have a situation.
The children are
here.
crying but sitting quietly in the bus. Outside the bus, there's a man in a clown suit giggling. Shoot the clown with a taser.
1010A.
Always taser. If it gives you the option of a taser, you use the taser.
311A complete.
Alright, thank you. Fight. Yeah.
911 in progress.
Left from the zoo. A man accompanied by a hippie-like girl dragged a rare yellow monkey out of its cage, hid it somewhere, and then left the zoo. Weird. Alright, we'll tell you what. Timpson, Underwood, Chibata. Chibata, you go do that. Got the monkey.
1210 in progress.
Suspicious individual at the vegetable shop. A store employee noticed a woman who resembled the famous swindler Lee Kuan Yew, whose picture has been on TV many times. I don't trust that, but we'll send a couple. Really? Take Chavez. I think that's going to be a false alarm, though. But you never know. You never know.
1310 in progress.
Another man in a clown suit entered a bank, presented the cashier with a check for $250 billion and demanded they cash it. He threatened the bank would face serious consequences if it couldn't pay out the entire amount in cash. Well, the other one had a grenade, so I tell you what, let's send Mitchell, Underwood, Chibota.
Looks like we have a situation.
The place is mostly empty. A
here.
woman wearing sunglasses picks up an orange. Pull back and let's observe to begin with. The woman throws an orange at the cops, overturns some boxes and runs for the back door. Let me chase her.
1210 complete.
Okay, so it actually, see, that did turn out to be something. There you go. God, we got armed robbery. Okay, they're not going to be back particularly quickly is the only thing, so I think we're going to have to just deal with this. 5 armed robbers broke into the bank and demanded access to the safety deposit box. The manager agreed after they shot one of the customers in the leg. During the turmoil, a security guard and 5 visitors were able to escape and call the police, but there's still over a dozen hostages inside. Why is this to the police to deal with? Shouldn't this be like the FBI or something? Oh well. Send all I can. Hopefully...
1310 complete.
The man in the clown suit was the famous performance artist Sigmund Hammerling. Apparently the check was supposed to warn the public that the financial system is on the verge of collapse. least we got people back. I'm going to wait and see if they need backup. Damn, did they actually do it? They did it. Well done, guys. Nice. Alright, what we got here? Mr. Boyd, my vehicle transport company is regularly being attacked by bikers. They lie in wait for a lone truck out in the country, then blow my tyres and steal the cargo. They put the last driver in a coma. I found out these bikers hang around Kevin's throat bar after dark. I want your guys to storm in there and show them the highway to hell. Don't forget to torch their bikes. Yeah, maybe.
412A in progress.
We'll check this one out first, though. The insurance company officers are home to a fresh scandal. One of their clients is accusing them of inflating her insurance premium after her husband's death in a car crash. The woman was shaking her fists as she delivered a punishing speech, then grabbed one of the agents by the tie and bounced his head off the table. I don't want Mitchell, take Chavez. Go do with that.
1011B in progress.
Terrorism. Have a look. Betty Sanchez told the police that she accidentally discovered some shocking entries in her husband Victor's private journal. He's planning to enter the train station and break open a large capacity storage tank filled with mercury. According to Betty, Victor hasn't been himself ever since our son died serving in the army. I don't know this man, and I'm very scared of him. Yeah, that does sound like it could be pretty serious. I'm going to send a big response to that. Which probably means I'm going to run out of time on this one, but that's not really the priority, I don't think.
412A completion.
Hold on, guys.
1210 in progress.
Aaron Giggs noticed a creepy man in the cemetery during a heavy downpour. He was ignoring the rain, just walking with purpose through the graveyard. I think he was planning to attack someone, but then he just hurried off. But it comes out he's some kind of serial killer. Yeah, we'll let that one slide, I think.
1011B completion.
Nice, they did it.
311B in progress.
A massive fight. I think this one's a false alarm. We're gonna get people back for this fight, I think. Yeah, I think this is the one I'm waiting for. And then we'll have a look at that one in a bit as well. I just want to deal with this. This has got to be a false alarm, right? Here's the local gravedigger. Yep. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. What we got? 3 plant workers were drinking beer on a bench and started harassing a group of young sportsmen who were talking at the bar. The men started calling the athletes fags and laughed at them, and then threw one into an empty bench. At first, the athletes were ignoring the bullies, but their patience was at an end. One of them grabbed a beer tap and broke a plant worker's head open with a single blow. The 7 athletes then rallied together and started beating up the remaining men. Okay, well, we'll send from the top to the paddy wagon there. Alright, let's have a look at these investigations. So, let's look at this one first, because I think I just need the one. There's not that one. That's too many people. That's too many people. That's a car. They wouldn't be running because they've got to be on a bike, surely. Knocked him over, shot him, then went. Yeah. Kester Atoll, former military, former stuntman, and former actor at the Scottish Theatre. Okay. Have we got the... Okay, we have Davenport, and we got two guys, so... Rents a room, and what's the other one? Often goes to the movie theatre. Now we'll send SWAT. Why not? Let's have a look at the other one. There's quite a lot of frames here. 11-year-old Michael Song, a boy from the choir, says he was molested by a priest, Aaron Huber. This is the victim. My mother and I were about to leave when Father Huber came up. He took me into his office and told me to read the Sermon on the Mount out loud. He bowed his head, sat down, put his arm around my shoulders. And then he undid the top button on my shirt. Okay, what we got? Well, that's the top button of shirt. Took me to his office, told me to read. He bowed his head, sat down and put his arm around my shoulders. Then he undid the top button on my shirt. I didn't like it, but I didn't say anything. A little later he pulled out his camera He began to take pictures while I read. Then he put the camera away and began unbuckling his pants. That's when I ran away. Okay. Mrs. Song, Michael and his choir have been rehearsing here for a long time. They recently sang in front of the congregation and everyone applauded and praised Jesus. Afterwards, Father Huber came to talk to us and he said he wanted to pray with Michael. God gave him such an angelic voice. Father Huber said that he would... so is there anything with the choir? I mean, this one could be the first one, perhaps. Father Huber said he would drive Michael home, and I told Michael he could go along with the Holy Father. Okay, well, let's... I think this one goes here. Yeah. Aaron Huber, priest. Okay, so Gordon's off. We'll arrest him tomorrow. Didn't even get around the rest, but... yeah. The place has turned into a real battle. More workers joined in to help their friends from the factory, and the fight expanded to involve several dozen people. They give a heart-rending scream. Fire several shots in the air and order everyone down on the ground. The fight grinds to a halt and two athletes approach the police. The fuck you think you're doing here? We got this. We don't need you. The men look quite menacing, armed with bricks and ironwork. Taser the asshole. Always... No, he was tasered. Man, well, okay. Do we get him? Wrong place. Okay. Do that again in a couple of days, I guess. Let's end the day. Are we not happy? City Hall is not happy. It's probably because I didn't beat up all the small business owners. Oh. I drank too much. Feinberg. You're one of the new guys, aren't you? Yeah, come in tomorrow, though. Sevchenko, I'm really pissed off with you. Come in tomorrow. Oh, God. He never is on shift. Annoying. I can't remember what the last one we did was. Right, well, we want to go and arrest the priest. So take Song and Smith. We can't do the other one today because the lead investigate. Oh. Yeah, he's off.
612 in progress.
We received an anonymous tip, and a swanky mansion on the edge of town is home to a luxury brothel. According to our source, the girls there are top class and the booze is excellent, but the prices are astronomical. They really need to lower them a little bit. Okay. I'll tell you what we'll send Mazza, Dixon, Shanau, and Koenig. And the paddy wagon. Aye, aye, aye. Yeah, he wasn't at the church. So where else does he go? Gallery of Modern Art. Okay, we'll go there in a sec.
215 in progress.
Ugh. Okay, maybe we'll wait until some people are back. Oh my god!
612 complete.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, we're gonna get... What is this one? Yeah, we're gonna go to the mess right at the prison, I think. We're gonna need a lot of people. Oh my god! Right. So let's send everyone. Javier Forte leaves the prison today a free man. He had previously spent 15 years on death row for the murder of his girlfriend. New evidence has exonerated Forte, but some of the Freeburg residents disagree with the new verdict. A crowd has gathered outside the walls of the prison and have promised to give Javier a warm welcome. Prison security can barely handle the angry crowd, and the situation could easily get out of control.
912 complete.
Ah. Okay, what we got here? A young skinny man stormed into the pharmacy, pulled a pile of empty sports nutrition cans from his backpack and began throwing them at the pharmacist. You sold me this useless crap. Alright, Koenig, Chanel. They're not exactly the cream of the crop, but let's see what happens.
Next count in progress.
Oh, I can't do it. Elderly man grabbed her.
Six count complete.
Yeah.
215 complete.
Got the mess right sorted at least.
910A in progress. 412A complete.
Yeah, they did it. Oh no, they didn't. God damn it. Well, the attempted robbery is not going to happen either. This is horrendous. I mean, we might get people back. They are getting close quite quickly.
410A
Shut up.
in progress.
In the middle of a party at Charlotte Kiesler's house, some armed men stormed in and demanded that they... Oh yeah, we've read that. Guests hand over all their jewellery and point out the safe. Security guard opened fire on the suspects and they retreated to the garage. Bang, bang, bang. There we go. Attempted murder. Mrs. Cazorla saw a half-naked man suffocating... It's probably a lifeguard giving someone the kiss of life, right? Okay, Museum, Modern Art. Okay, Chanel, Koenig. Go. I want to see that this one's false alarm. Man was giving the girl artificial respiration after pulling her from the water. There we go. What we got here? Mrs. Magat was looking through her peephole and saw her neighbour beating his daughter right there on their doorstep. He yelled, "Bullshit, I'll shove those headphones straight up your ass. Why'd you always chain the door? You make me tell you every day. Why can't we just go into the house like regular people?" Okay, tell you what. Song, Smith, there you go.
Officer on scene.
Attempted robbery in the suburbs. 3 security guards with guns are set up on the garage and are preparing for the assault. Inside are 4 armed robbers who have taken an elderly woman hostage. Pull the guards back and open negotiation with the robbers. The robbers won their freedom in exchange for the hostage. Push 2 more women into the garage. You're surrounded. Release the hostage and come out with your hands up.
910A complete.
Good. Oh, I forgot about that one. Got the guy though. That's good.
in progress.
Yeah, we're about to get some people back. Massive fight. During the match, some fans in the visitor section threw a fried pig's head onto the field. Our local fans decided they'd teach them a lesson. A fight broke out and the referee was forced to stop the match.
In progress.
Someone at the club opened fire on the DJ because he refused to play a track that they'd requested. The patrons of the club started to stampede and the gunfight's still ongoing. Okay, this isn't great. I've got my crack guys and I don't have the swap. Just send them. When the police showed up, many of the fans fled. A few dozen people remain in the stands, fighting each other to the death. Surround the brawling crowd and break out the nightsticks. I need backup. We might have people back in time. Gonna be tight though. Okay, we sorted it. Good guys. Just above the useless threshold now. Okay. I think we'll end the day. Not too bad. Not too bad. Man in open field frightened to death by scarecrow. Noting, I bet City Hall's still pissed at us a little bit, but we're bringing it back. The Mafia didn't mind too much. Feinberg. Fine. The friends of mine asked me to help out at their animal shelter. No. Drank Roy again. You come tomorrow. Okay, well, we got quite a big shift. Not that one. Back. Otherwise I'll be demonetized. Aaron Huber turned out to be a member of a gang known as the Church. He could help you take down the gang if you make him an informant. Okay. Let's interrogate. Oh, it's the bishop. It's the horrible bishop. We're going to take him down. Aaron Huber, male, 31. He was born with a partial hearing impairment, which due to aggressive and intensive treatment has grown into an increased hearing sensitivity. As a result of a difficult childhood and harsh living conditions, he suffers from panic attacks and has serious physiological problems with heat tolerance. Okay. Born in Perchtoldsdorf, Austria, at the age of 8, he and his mother escaped from his father, who had been raping him for the past 3 years. For the next 6 years, he lived in appalling conditions in the attic of an old house. He was hospitalized several times for serious complications due to heat stroke. When he was 15, his mother got back on her feet and started making enough money to move them into a small house. Nevertheless, his school counselors noted that Aaron Huber was a quiet child, an outcast, overlooked by his peers, especially the girls. At age 18, he enlisted in the army, where he became interested in religion. After the service, he entered a Catholic seminary and decided to devote himself to the church. At 28, he became a priest, but he almost lost everything when a demonstration that he organised, Drugs to Satan's Doorway, ended in a brawl and then in mass arrests. Okay. So you like little boys? Look, this is all a big misunderstanding. So it was your father who instilled in you such a strong love for little boys. Please, I don't want to talk about this. So what do you want to talk about? Maybe you can think of something we'd like to hear, and maybe you won't go to prison and suffer the same fate as your victims. Yes, I have sinned and will answer before God, but you don't need me. What's happening at the church is far darker. They're building a gateway to the devil. It's drugs. It's all the weird powder the bishop's doing. I don't know much, but Father Joseph Costello is involved somehow. At night, Joseph Costello quietly brings drugs into the church and hides them inside. I'll tell you everything I know. Okay, good. There's something weird going on there. Let's start to investigate Joseph Costello then. Running drugs through the church. So iron, you can take the lead, and wolf and soap can go on as well. Hang on. We want to get this guy. So let's send Underwood and Kubota. Got some funerals. Powers. And Austin. Can't believe I've lost Austin Powers. I still feel like I need more officers, honestly. Let's do that again. We've got armed robbery. A gang of masked men armed with automatic weapons entered the bank. They fired a few shots into the air and demanded the manager open the vault, while everyone else lay in nervous silence on the floor. One of the guards drew his service weapon, but he didn't have a chance. A robber shot him right in the stomach. Okay, well, we're going to send a full response here. With the SWAT and the paddy wagon. Oh, for God's sake. And I can't do both, can I? I mean, how is it literally possible to do both of those things? Pisses me off about this game sometimes. False alarm? Okay, 1 o'clock. What? Oh, you idiots. Is that the whole... Is that the whole gang thing? Oh, for God's sake, you absolute morons. You're just going to have to deal with it. I can't send it anymore. God damn it.
412A in progress.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna restart the day. That's really annoying. Roy. Feinberg, for God's sake, you two. File. My kid's been causing trouble. No. Deal with it. I don't want that gang investigation collapsing. I'll send better officers with the detective. Alright, just go through the same things again. Sabaki, Flores, you go with that. Officer... Which one sounds more serious? Demanded the manager open the vault, robber shot him in the stomach. That is pretty serious. I'm gonna have to split this between the two armed robberies, aren't I? So I'm going to send the paddy wagon with these guys, and then I'll send the others with the SWAT. Heavily armed gunmen attacked an armoured truck. Several witnesses heard an explosion and saw robbers carrying machine guns. Okay, so we'll send these guys and the SWAT. See what happens. One o'clock, Atticus Tower. As it started, you gotta deal with it. And they did. Well done, guys. Okay, good. This one, we caught him. Good. Okay, thank God for that. Let's investigate Moray Jockey. Have I got iron on the other one? Let me just close this for now. I'll wait till Davenport's back. The armoured truck is lying on its side, smoke rising from it. Nearby is a black Jeep with no plates, which two robbers are loading with money. Send a bullet through the Jeep's front wheel. The robbers fire as they retreat down an alley and throw a grenade towards the cops. Hide behind a patrol car. It turned out to be a smoke grenade. Meanwhile, the criminals have jumped out into the road, jacked an old pickup truck and trying to get away. Chase them. Hey, we got them. Okay, we're going to have to wait for some people to come back. Assault at the Ice Prince Cafe. Jose Sugg called the station and muttered the sad story through streaming tears. I was just trying to get to know a pretty girl and I gave her the coolest compliment in the world. But she just went crazy and beat me so bad she mangled me and ruined my perfect face. Alright, Megadopoulos, Curtis. We'll put Davenport on this one with iron. Okay, let's have a look at... So this one... Damn it, iron's... Okay. So I'll take Soap off this one. We'll put him on the other one when it comes. Oh, massive fight. About 24 scientists who recently lost their jobs decided to stage a protest march in the city centre. The participants marched peacefully along the side of the road, but then some religious fanatics came out and started throwing stones at them, tearing their clothes and generally humiliating them. A massive brawl has broken out and several people are already injured. Let's send that many plus the paddy wagon.
412A in progress.
A call just came in from the Secretary of Therapist Alan Graham. She reports that Dr. Graham was attacked by a patient during an otherwise normal session. The patient pinned him to the floor and is slapping him in the face. I'm afraid the doctor might have an asthma attack, said the frightened secretary. Yeah, so let's send Fal and Kubota to that one. What have we got here? Jack Boyd, a common acquaintance told me that you're a reasonable man who can be relied upon for help. I need to load 4 luxury cars at the port, and to be very frank, they're stolen. Last time my boys got picked up and a very big player didn't get his shipment. This time it has to go as smoothly as possible. Cops and the drivers... no? The guy offered the girl a quickie.
1411 in progress.
Got here. Once again, retiree Yang Hu complained to the police that a local restaurant is preparing its dishes incorrectly. They don't advertise their portions and mix up their ingredients. We've warned her a dozen times this isn't a police matter, but she keeps calling and bothering our personnel. Well, we're going to send people to go around and just tell her not to waste police time, I think. Can't do it, guys. You just got to manage. And they do. Okay, so we've started this. Let's quickly divide up the detectives properly. So we're going to take Iron off that because he's investigating the other one. I'll put Soap there. As for the off-duty officers, the Vickers, bowling on that one. And this one. Armstrong, Gordon, Roll. I think we'll leave the escort the stolen cars mission alone for the time being. What have we got? Oh, bollocks, I keep forgetting that.
1411 complete.
Got her for wasting police time. Oh, what have we got here? A passerby noticed a suspicious black man sitting in a van next to a little white girl. I'm afraid to imagine what... Oh, God, there's the off chance it might be an abduction. I think it's a false alarm, though.
311B in progress.
We're about to get a bunch of people back. Some guy tried to sneak into the doctor's office without waiting his turn. A few people who were waiting in line decided to punish the bastard and a fight started up. Okay. So 3 good ones and 3 bad ones in the paddy wagon.
712.
The girls adopted father. I knew it would be a false alarm, but I mean, you never know, I suppose. Jack, some Hellraisers set fire to our warehouse. Send in a couple of police to control the situation. We have to recover our property. Okay, Megadopolis, File. That's right, I've only got 2 officers available.
Officer on scene.
There are men and women fighting along a narrow hallway and starting to pick up chairs. Lower the chairs.
311 is complete.
I'm going to run out of time. I mean, I've got 4. How many does it need? The audience at the premiere of the rules of the game was so outraged at the French film that they broke the chairs in the hall and now they're threatening to set fire to the cinema. The perplexed theatre director locked himself in his office and then called to report the incident. I can't imagine why this film so angered them. Okay, well, so I'll send the 4 I've got plus the swap. There we go.
1010
Of
in
course.
progress.
Well, we're getting some people back, so hopefully that'll happen in time for us to deal with that one. Alright, what we got? Smoke is rising from an apartment building and residents are running out onto the street. Some are saying that suspicious foreigners live in the apartment and the explosion came from. I mean, it could be serious. It could be a false alarm. We've got some frames for that. Those are the only frames we've got so far. Mass riot. Okay, they got it done. Good guys. Thinking this is... Oh, it's not a false alarm. The apartment is filled with smoke and the walls covered in soot. In the centre of the room stands a man in a dirty white coat, and around him are scattered odd pieces of a complicated device. Seeing the police, the man begins to explain incoherently that he's almost finished work on his elixir of youth and just needs a little more time. Yeah, we're going to arrest him. Okay, good. That's probably it for the day. Yeah, alright, not too bad. I don't need anyone to come in tomorrow, I don't think, so we'll just end it there.
Mr. Boyd, Kevin Paulson is here. He wants to talk.
Kevin Paulson. Tell him to fuck off. Jack Boyd, Super Cop.
Why the $500,000, Jack? Why?
Lana, what happened?
Does this sum have some kind of special meaning?
Lana, I don't know who told you about the $500,000, but it's much more complicated than you think.
Oh, it's complicated, all right. It took me an hour to go over all the documents. There's even a few pictures and a lot of answers. Except for one thing. Why $500,000?
What documents? How did you get them? What's in them?
I think you know very well what's in them, and the one who sent them is obviously a big fan of your criminal talents. He even has a cute name for you, Cupcake.
Remember when you told me how you're always surrounded by old men? I'm the opposite. I'm surrounded by children, 9-year-old boys. From their first day of work, they gather in the smoking lounge, telling jokes about what they'll do when they loot their first million. But it's more than just innocent jokes. It's quickly becoming a reality. They themselves are surprised how quickly everything happens. They buy their own houses, they buy a car, they get promoted. The first million is soon followed by a second, a third, a fifth. Like children, they have no idea what they're getting into. But I'm not like that, Lana. I'm not like them.
You're saying you're not like them because you're only stealing $500,000?
I only meant
You know, Jack, I'm done worrying about people not taking me seriously. They'll know I mean business when my first act as public prosecutor is throwing the city's former police chief in prison.
Lana, you can't just read over some papers like this and... I told you not to let him in!
I'm sorry, Mr. Boyd. I tried to stop him, but you know...
Lana, we need to talk.
Jack, you're so amazingly patient with people. After all the confusion over the past months, all the humiliations, it's really quite admirable. I wouldn't want to be in your shoes. I gotta admit, I'm not nearly so patient.
Send someone in here, now!
I've been thinking, Jack. When I take your place, I'll have a lot of opportunities. For example, I could arrest you. You know it wouldn't be hard to find a reason. You obviously don't want that, right? I don't want that either. Given your reputation, arresting you would make me very unpopular. And if we both don't want that, let's find a way out. My suggestion is you retire tomorrow, and I promise I'll let you leave in peace. I swear, Jack, if you...
Mr. Boyd, there's a call on line 2. Mr. Boyd, you really have to take this call.
Boyd!
Jack, it's me.
Laura,
Jack, I don't know what you wanted to say to me, but please, just say it. Jack, I'm hanging up the phone.
Laura, you... Oh, my God. Laura. Hey, you remember years ago? So many years I've lost track, but do you remember when Dylan was down with the chicken pox and he couldn't sleep? We kept him occupied until he passed out, and then we went downstairs, sat on the floor, opened a bottle of wine. Who could blame us? Well, we sat on the floor and opened our bills and joked about how poor we were. Remember? And then I jokingly asked if I'd be your hero if I made $1 million. And you sat there lost in thought like you needed to seriously think about the answer. You were quiet for a while, and then you laughed and said that I'd be your hero even if I only made $500,000. Do you remember, Laura?
Jack,
Do you remember?
Honestly, Jack, no, I don't remember.
You don't remember? But that was...
Jack, you've been chasing me down for so long to talk with me. For this? That's all you wanted to tell me?
How can you not remember? It's important, Laura. It's important.
Goodbye, Jack.
Mr. Boyd, are you all right? Mr. Boyd?
Okay, well, looks like we're coming up for another coma scene, probably with Boyd. But it did save, so we're going to leave it here for now. And we're going to come back next time and see how this plays out. Maybe we're going to lose some more time. I'm not sure. We will find out. But thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, if you could hit that like button, that'd be awesome. Do leave a comment as well. Let me know how you think things are going. Jack seems like a bit of a pathetic figure at the moment to me, doesn't he? I mean, he's at best an anti-hero. And at worst, an actual villain, isn't he? But let me know your thoughts anyway. I will say his character doesn't really improve in the second game either. But yeah. Anywho, leave me a comment. Always good to read those. And a big thank you as well to our channel members. If anyone else is interested in supporting the channel as well with memberships, you can gain early access to the videos I put out. It'd be awesome. But anyway, hope to see you next time. Bye for now.